Hello. It has been about half a year since my last video, but I'm back and better than ever. So today I'm gonna be talking about internalized misogyny because it's pretty important, and like the concept of like pick me girls and like not like the other girls, that whole thing. So funny story, I actually started recording this video a while ago, like in July. Oh my god, in July, and it's December. So I these clips are really old. The beginning ones are really old, but then I'm gonna put like newer clips because I didn't get far enough into the video, that I like actually I'm getting distracted by this clip. Oh my god, hold on. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be talking about like my experience with the not like the other girls mentality, growing up with it, like media consumption, and now that has a toll on young people. And yeah, so we're just gonna get started. There's a few different sections to this video. I have it right here on my Google document that I'm gonna be reading off of, so let's get started. When I was in middle school, I believed that I was different than other girls my age. I thought that since I liked reading and disliked the color pink, I was way different than my peers and somehow also superior to them. I would often think about how materialistic and superficial girls were and how I wanted to be nothing like them. But as I grew up and befriended more girls, I realized how awfully wrong I was. Every girl was unique in their own way, and even if they did like pink and makeup, there was nothing wrong with that. I began noticing patterns in the media I consumed and how they painted feminine girls out to be mean and shallow. I realized that growing up, seeing only this portrayal of feminine women had taken a toll on me. I, too, like many others around my age at the time, didn't want to be a girly girl. I think that my past experiences with being not like the other girls is important to mention because it's something a lot of people have probably experienced during their life. When thinking about why a lot of girls have had this experience, there are lots of reasons I can easily point to and criticize. In this video, I'll be discussing female representation in the media and growing up with gender stereotypes. I'll also be discussing the concept of a pick-me girl and how internalized misogyny plays into that. According to the Urban Dictionary, being not like the other girls means that you think you're unique because you like to eat and don't like partying. You think that having feminine physical attributes makes a girl a bad person. Being not like the other girls means putting down other girls to bring yourself up, pretty much, which has a lot of overlap with being a pick-me girl, but we'll get into that later. A big part of shedding my not like the other girls mentality was realizing how stupid it was. Even though everything I perceive is through my own perspective, I'm not the only unique person alive. That's just a self-centered mentality. Every single person around me has their own experiences and interests. Just because I like reading and my favorite color is blue didn't make me better than anyone else. Another important thing I had to realize to grow past my not like the other girls mentality was that there's absolutely nothing wrong with being like the other girls. Being feminine is an absolutely valid way to express yourself, and the only reason it's criticized by so many people is because it's seen as being inferior to masculine. But, spoiler alert, both are valid forms of expressing yourself. A pick-me girl is pretty much when someone has the mentality that they aren't like the other girls and deliberately put down other girls to be seen as better than them by men. They're filled with internalized misogyny and only care for male validation that's granted to them when they're misogynistic towards other girls. Pick-me girls typically brag about how they only befriend guys because girls are too much drama and annoying to deal with. I don't think they're very fun to be around at all, but that's just me. Something I've noticed in recent months on the internet is the copious amounts of hate that so-called pick-me girls get. Now, don't get me wrong, putting down other women and pressed guys is awful and those people should be called out on it. But what I'm talking about is when girls literally just doing their thing are called pick-me girls. I see this most commonly coming from guys. I feel like they don't know what a pick-me girl actually is and see it used as an insult coming from other women, so they just run with it. It reminds me of when guys attack strictly white girls for their feminine mannerisms to mask their misogyny. But I digress, of course. Mean Girls, a popular movie released in 2004, portrays the main character, Katie, going to public school for the first time after being homeschooled for her whole life. Katie gets swept up in drama with the Plastics, which is a group of 3 feminine girls who wear makeup and pink. But as well as being portrayed as hyper feminine, the girls are, you guessed it, really bad people. They use the people in their lives as stepping stones and are extremely manipulative. Katie, who had no interest in clothes, gossip, or makeup before being swept up in the plastics, changes as the movie goes on. By the end of it, she's just as manipulative and awful as them. To redeem herself, Katie has to stop wearing makeup and fashionable outfits. Only then is she a decent person again. She has to shed her outward femininity to be liked by the people around her once again. I mentioned Mean Girls because the whole premise of the movie is to show how mean the girls are, and Katie struggles to fit in with them because they're so awful and won't accept her unless she's as girly as them. They're all shallow and two-faced, and as soon as Katie develops the same interests as them, she becomes shallow and two-faced too. This trope doesn't only exist in Mean Girls, obviously. It's a very popular trope that exists in countless movies and TV shows. Almost every form of media following a girl's struggles throughout high school has the antagonistic mean girl who runs the school. And it's always the same thing. She likes wearing heels and makeup and pink and is unreasonably mean to the protagonist who wears baggy dark clothes and reads. Oh my god, she can read, guys. After seeing enough movies and TV shows with the same tired storyline, it gets drilled into our heads. We're conditioned to believe that femininity is bad, and to be accepted by men, girls need to shed themselves of it completely. Literally think, like, when is the last time that you saw a movie other than Legally Blonde? Legally Blonde is the only movie that comes to mind that doesn't bash her for wearing pink. Like, that's literally it. My goal with writing and making this video was to criticize how negatively femininity, oh my god, that's a mouthful, how negatively femininity is perceived in our society. It's seen as inferior to masculinity and is treated as such. We subconsciously start to believe these things because of the media we consume, no matter our gender. This can evolve into having a not like the other girls mentality or being a pick-me girl. Moving forward, it's important to lay these tired tropes to rest so the next generation of young girls can love pink and makeup without being called shallow and being treated as a joke. So that's it for this video. Hopefully I'm gonna come out with another one like soonish because I'm on winter break now. Thank god, I just finished my last final today. It was actually I don't want to talk about it. Moving on, I'm past that. We're on to bigger, greater things, but hopefully I'm gonna release a new video soonish. If not, see you in 6 months. But follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, the 3 T's. Thank you, and have a great day. Good luck on your ranked games. Goodbye.